Hi, it's Jenny here. I wanted to talk real quick about specifically to those who have a chronic illness, autoimmune, and stress. So I am sitting here. I'm in my car with the AC on. It's a little hot. I'm waiting to pick up my son from school. So, but anyway, so just to give a little background, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease. And basically what that means is that my immune system does not like my thyroid gland, and so it attacks it thinking it's an invader and not supposed to be there. With that, I am taking thyroid medication. And this is where I kind of want to start talking about that. You know, taking the medication helped a little bit. Even now, I'm at a dosage now where any more is too much and any less is not enough. So there's not anything more we can do as far as adjusting, you know, my dosage. And that helped with my energy levels to some degree. And once I was diagnosed, I did spend a lot of time getting books, going online and reading about it. I joined some Facebook pages, I joined some Facebook groups, all of which were beneficial for me at the time. I think though, after I got to the point where I had pretty much researched everything I could that was available to me anyway, you know, and in the groups it was great because there's lots of stuff, you know, in there that it makes you feel like you're not, you know, going crazy, or you're not alone in some of the other symptoms, because the thyroid in particular isn't just about metabolism and weight loss or weight gain. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that specifically. What I did find was that I spent so much time researching and then trying out all these new things, you know. I went gluten-free because somebody said they lost, you know, 60 pounds just from going gluten-free and doing nothing more. What I found for me was that got rid of a lot of digestive issues that I was having. So, which was good, you know. I'm now gluten-free. I don't, so, and then some other things, you know, supplements. Oh my gosh, the supplements. And everybody, not everybody, but the amount of people who wear supplements are being purchased, and lots of money is being spent, and these supplements are being taken in a lot of cases where blood tests are not being done to even see if you need it. For instance, selenium, for my case, is supposed to be this huge end-all be-all. You need to take selenium. I took it. It made me sicker. You know, I'm not a big fan of taking vitamins, you know, extra vitamins and extra stuff without being tested first. But that's just me. I know that sometimes, you know, but when you're not feeling good and you haven't been feeling good for such a long time, you get to a point where you're just willing to try anything. So with all of that, so with food, diet, you know, I've done the paleo diet. I never did do the autoimmune paleo simply because the paleo diet all in itself was restrictive. And I'm not a cook. I don't like cooking. I don't want to do the prep work. I will when I have to, and I will if I'm going to feel better. But what I found was that stressing on that was making me sicker. The stress that I endured from having to prep the food and the restrictions on the amount of food I could not eat, different types of food, stressed me out. And that outweighed the benefits, in my opinion, to keep on eating that way. Now, does that mean I don't try to eat clean? Not at all. I still, I've pretty much cut out gluten, and I have for the most part, I'd say 95% of my diet is not processed. And that's where I'm going to come to stress. I'm going to say this, and I know a lot of people are probably not going to like it. Stress encompasses many things. You can be stressed out from your job, from relationships that you have, from just as simple things as, you know, the house you live in or the car you drive. You know, if you have a car that's always breaking down, that's stressful. And what I did, and was a big, huge eye-opener for me, was finding out that stress was my biggest culprit for remaining sick. That and focusing so much on the diagnosis and the fact that I had an illness. You know, when I was first diagnosed, I became the illness, and then wondered why I was just getting worse and worse and worse. That was the first thing that I quit doing, was, you know, I quit spending so much time in the groups. I quit doing any more research, and I just left it on to, I'm just going to do trial and error, and I'm not going to stress about it, and I'm not going to make this big, huge, you know, deal about it. You know, it is what it is, and you just have to deal with it. Life goes on. I had a job that I have had for 10 years. It was great. I worked, actually, I mean, I was considered my own business, doing some admin work for a company. Great people to work for, but I was burnt out. So I instead thought bookkeeping was going to be my deal, and I left that job where I got to work from home doing bookkeeping, and that turned out to be very profitable for me. I was making I was making a good amount of money. I mean, I wasn't rich or anything, but I was making decent money. I was able to pay all the bills without stress. The job itself, though, was a lot more stressful than I thought it was going to be, with the amount of deadlines and the way that I had set it up. I really didn't have a whole lot of control over the types of clients that I did bookkeeping for. Again, I did get to do it for my own house, and I was, you know, considered my own business, but I was doing it through another agency, and so I didn't really get to choose which clients or even which industry, and that was interesting, because even though I was not stressed about money, and even though I was, you know, I was doing really well, I couldn't understand why I was just getting sicker and sicker. And I ended up getting to the point where I could barely even keep up anymore, and I let it go. And at that point, I had decided, through other support groups, from surrounding myself, at least online, with amazing women who are successful and just very positive, and I learned a lot with that. And I decided that I had been doing photography on the side for a couple years, and I felt that that's what I really needed to do. And when I let go of the admin and bookkeeping, it was probably, for my health, the best thing I ever did. I got so much more energy back going out and doing my photography, even though with photography, especially when, you know, other photographers out there know, you know, I'm doing some second shooting at weddings, and, you know, you're running around for 6 hours, 8 hours, and it can be pretty nonstop. But I enjoyed it so much, it just didn't feel like work. Just didn't feel like it. So here's, I guess, my point. You need to figure out what it is that's stressing you out, whether it's your job, whether it's relationships. You know, I did have to limit some time with people that drained me. Lots of negativity around them, lots of drama. I got rid of all that crap. You know, I didn't necessarily get rid of all the people, but I got rid of some. And I get rid of them, like toss them out. It's not like that. I mean, in the sense of, for me, it wasn't working for me, and I had to let those people go. Others, I've limited how much time I spend with them. I wish all of them well, but for my own sanity and health purposes, I had to not only have to not have drama in my own life, but I can't be dealing with other people's drama either. Nor do I really want to. And I guess that's the thing. You know, you can become addicted to drama, and I don't think people also realize that you can become addicted to your diagnosis of your illness, whatever it may be. All that focusing on trying to find the solution to heal all your aches and pains, and just you're focusing on it. So what are you going to get more of? More aches and pains, because that's what you're focusing on. I know, and it seems counterintuitive because you're focusing on the solutions, but you're focusing so much on, I feel bad, I feel bad, I feel bad. Let me try this, let me try that, and it becomes this stressful thing. I can hear it in the written form when I'm in like one of my Facebook groups. I still like to go in and try to provide support, and sometimes I have my own, you know, I'm not cured. I still have my moments where I'm just feel like I'm out of commission, but I deal with it. I have more days now that I at least am, you know, I go through life, I'm not miserable, often than not. So, and it was due to getting rid of stress, whatever those stresses may be. I get out more, I do things, more self-care. You know, I've gotten to a point now where I'm exercising. I'm even losing some inches. Yay! Something I haven't been able to do in 10 years. And I firmly believe that it has to do with the stress and letting go of people and situations that are not serving me. And I think if you take a look at your life and really take a look at it and figure out what those stresses are for you, if you eliminate those, I think you'll feel so much better. And if you can spend more time with just still going for solutions, trying things, it's trial and error on stuff that you like, you know. Not everybody's the same, and you can't just go, I don't know, like the autoimmune paleo. There's some things on that restricted list that I don't have issues with, so I'm not going to give them up. Even though if you're going to go that way, and people get all like Nazi about it, you know, if you're paleo, you got to stick to it all like 100%. I don't necessarily agree with that. Now, I'm not going out and telling you don't need to listen to your doctor and that, you know, you can't eat how you want. I'm a live and let live person, but at the same time, I'm just hoping that maybe my own experiences might help somebody else. At least that's my goal. So I think that could be my first video on there about that. Feel free, you know, if you have something to say, if you have a comment, or if you have a question, especially if you have a question, leave it below, and I'll do my best to answer it, you know, as it pertains to how it's helped me. You know, again, everybody's different, and I think we need to tailor all these different, you know, ideas and solutions that we read about, and tailor it to them, to ourselves, based upon how it makes us feel. You know, I've gotten to a point now I can exercise, and I am most of the time able to tell the difference between the tiredness where you still need to push through, and the tiredness where it really is my body saying, no, it's time to take a break. I'm pretty good at being able to tell the difference between those two now. Again, I'm not perfect, and I haven't cured myself, and I haven't, you know, had like major breakthroughs in anything, but I can say I am so much happier, and I feel so much better energy-wise, mental health-wise even. So I'm hoping that maybe I can help somebody else. Alright, I guess that's it for now. Talk to you later. Bye!